My name is Fiona and I am an artist. When I started out painting, I realised that I could see plenty of females in the paintings on display of prestigious galleries, but where were the paintings by female artists? I investigated this and found a survey which revealed that out of 26 prominent art galleries in America, women artists made up only 14% of exhibitions from 2008 to 2018. Similar statistics recur throughout the world, so I wanted to find out why. I researched literature on museum studies and women artists, and then carried out a case study locally at the Ulster Museum in Belfast. I interviewed one curator and two members of senior management. What did I find? In the Ulster Museum, only 15% of artists in the fine art collection are women. Subsequently, choices for curators are limited because of gendered collections that predate them. All this stems from the unequal position of women in art history. However, when I looked at the past year, 2018-2019, I made an interesting discovery. 29% of artworks on display were women's. This is more than twice the amount of women represented in the collection and more than twice of what was happening in major American museums over the past decade. Why is this? 2018 marked the centenary of the female vote in the UK. Such a large event was an influencing factor, but not a token year. All interviewees made it clear to me that, as a publicly funded body, the audience determines why they programme what they programme. Women make up half the population and are as equal and as creative as men. One interviewee specialises in curating women's art and drives a strong programming in group and solo shows. But how does she make this happen? She networks, researches, unearths works from storage, applies for works on loan, and acquires women's art to achieve a 30% quota, a target she has set herself. While quotas can be considered controversial, she makes it clear that this reflects the number of women making art throughout history. Any choices she makes must be selected on the basis of merit, and there is a senior committee to verify that she is doing things right. The concept of doing things right came across in all interviews. Staff made it clear that while gender is very important to them, it has to compete with other Section 75 categories for space on the walls of this multifunctioning museum. So an intersectional perspective is valued rather than a purely feminist lens. I raise this point because all three participants were women. When you hear this, maybe you are thinking that at the outset of this research, I specifically selected to interview females. Well, no. National Museums Northern Ireland employs many women and has a female CEO. Although it is not a given that female staff will change the gender balance on display, the Ulster Museum is creating change but moderating the pace for long-term sustainability. Gender is written into the museum's collections development policy. However, it is worth exploring whether this could be further embedded, a difficult task since policy has no formal benchmark. What does all of this tell us? To deinstitutionalise the patriarchal past and smash the glass ceiling of any museum relies on an active, intuitive curatorship supported by senior staff. But it is going to take time. The outcome is that women will have to wait a while yet to get on the walls and be secured in the art history books. According to staff in the Ulster Museum, they are only at the beginning, but off to a good start.